and welcome to the Midwest Sesh podcast. This is a space where we enjoy all things weed, and we're so glad to have you here joining us. You can find us every Friday night as we share a joint virtually. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Hello, party people. Welcome to, what is this episode? I always say this. What episode is it? I think it's episode 5. Yeah. Episode 5 of the Midwest Sesh podcast. I'm Nina, and that is...
I'm Haley. Hello.
I love it. Haley's rocking a super colorful sweater today, and I'm all about it. I'm like not a color. I usually do like all black with a pop of color.
Oh, I like your pop of color.
You're like the opposite.
Nina has pink. I'm always trying to just layer on all the colors, especially if I am having a gloomy day. I'm like, oh, what else can I add? And I work from home, so who cares?
Right? Do whatever. I feel like the gloominess has definitely taken over this last week. Like the spring showers.
Oh goodness. It's a Midwest shower time, I think.
It's definitely, I'm like looking out my window like, it is dang gloomy, and it's been gloomy for the last couple of days. I'd be okay if it was like a thunderstorm.
I was going to say outside, I think it's going to thunderstorm. Like we live in the middle of 2 fields. Like there's a strawberry field on one side and like a cornfield. And so our house is in the middle.
That's so funny.
But it's really cool because when it storms, you can see it come in from like a mile away where you're like, oh, in like an hour, it's going to get crazy here. And you could just kind of see it get close. Yeah. So that's kind of fun. I'm probably going to smoke a joint on the porch.
I like that. I'm about that. That sounds nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I think I can see out your window possibly a little bit. Is it a little bit
in the reflection or something?
Oh, in the reflection. Okay. It looks a little rainy over there.
It's definitely been gray skies and clouds all week. So
we
and a little peak of sunshine. Yeah, dude. It's been a long day at work. We both had a long day at work. So I think we're both excited to crack into these bowls. What are you packing up?
I'm like eagerly grinding this up. Let's see, what do I got today? I forgot the name of it. I have Rhythm Snack Time. It's in their new
Snack Time.
Yeah, Snack Time.
I like that.
Indica.
That's cute.
What about you?
Oh my god, I love the name. I can't get over it. That's the cutest thing ever. I'm smoking on some lava cake, which is probably not the best idea. Because that one makes me a little sleepy, but I'm hoping that it because I feel like I'm amped up right now. Like, I was in a crazy meeting. I'm like all over the place. I feel like I've got a million things to do. Yeah. So I'm like, level it out. Let's level it out.
Bring it down. So. Bring it down a bit.
Bring it down a notch.
I love after work bowls because it's kind of like for a weird reason, it helps me like switch gears. Like I just got off of a Zoom with like the whole company. So now it's okay, this is actually my time to shine. This is this bowl.
This is where I put the sunglasses down. Like get a little chilly. Like hang out. I'm about it.
I love it.
I definitely look forward to that first smoke after work.
It's like equivalent to how I feel in the morning with coffee. Is like I just cannot wait to get. That's how I feel about my after work bowl. It's like I deserve this. You deserve this. We all deserve this.
Like I smoke throughout the day, but that after work bowl is just there's something different. I always try to like make sure I'm in between like when I know I'm going to be done working and like when I get to have that bowl, so I'm not like still riding off the last smoke. So it's like it's like a new feeling. I've turned over a new leaf.
Sometimes I wish you and I co-worked in the same space. I think that'd be really fun because it's just like, it'd be so nice to have someone like nearby that's also working on their computer. And then on your break, be like, hey, let's like hang out. Let's smoke some weed together. That would be really nice. That's kind of what this is. It's a virtual version of that.
Yeah. I used to actually like sneak out on my lunch break with one of my coworkers and we would always bring our pens. And that's like awesome. Go smoke. Yeah. We had a special spot and like people would know where we were at all the time. And we would do like an after work smoke too and like stand out in front of the building and we would see everyone leaving work and they'd be like, hey guys, like and they'd come stop by and like chat and then tell us a little gossip and then leave, and then the next person would come and tell us a little gossip and then leave, and we'd just be like totally ripped, stand out there for like an hour and then hear all the company secrets. It was the best.
That's fun. That's actually I do miss that about like working from home, like pandemic life. Like you don't get to say hi and bye to people or just like chit chat. Everything is like, I'm telling you this because this is important shit, It's just like everything
all
is
business.
Like, that's funnest. So
I can feel that, but I don't mind, I'll take my pajamas.
And I say the one perk is you get your shower bongs and you can like, so it's kind of, it's a fair trade-off, I'll say.
Yes. Yeah. I'm a big proponent of the lunch shower and sesh where you just like I won't shower in the morning, break out a ton of work, hit the shower, pack a fresh bowl for lunch, maybe have a little snack and then get back to work and work on something else.
Dude, actually, I started doing that last week. I was like, all right, if Nina does this, I want to try it. And it makes I get so much done. And it's more like calm, clear-headed energy for so it's nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah. A few people have told me they started doing that. And I'm like, it really like kind of changes up your routine a little bit, which I'm into. So
you need to coin this or like do like a life hack video. That's like
right.
Your routine, your ideal routine for the day.
Yes. The Bish lunch shower and sesh TM.
Please.
Do not steal. TM.
Trademark.
All right. Dude. So should we get down to some business?
Yeah, dude, I was just getting ready to say last week you were like, oh, you're like Oprah, you're interviewing me. And you said something like that. I was like, shit, I should have been channeling this like, Oprah energy and then tell wise. Me, I don't know. She's so good. Yeah, she's so wise. She's so good at like drawing out answers from people and just like being so good at being like, well, why this? Why that? And I'm like, I'm not good at that. I'm like, it was like a job interview. Like, tell me this.
I like that. I came up with a couple fun questions to ask Haley. Because if you listen to don't be nervous. If you listen to the last episode, Haley interviewed me, asked me a couple of questions about me. So I'm gonna do the same for her. And I'm excited to. You want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, ask away.
All right.
Ask away. I'm like sweaty. I'm like nervous. I can't like not think of this like a job, which is funny. Like it's like, Haley, you're smoking weed. There's no need to be worried. Ooh, you got it.
I might look like I'm
okay. I'm gonna sit up, nice posture. I'm ready.
I wrote all my questions down because I just, as I thought of them, as they came to me.
Nina has the most beautiful handwriting, by the way. If anyone can see,
I think it looks crazy. But if you look at the YouTube, this is what we're working with.
It's like beautifully scripty and like, I don't know, it just makes me feel something when I see it. It looks very artful.
I love that. I'm always the person who has to decipher the grandma cards. So maybe I'm channeling some grandma energy.
Cards? Is that you
yeah. Like, when you can't read it at all.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start with a fun one. This is something that I think about a lot. I don't know if you think about it a lot. But I'm very into the cryptids like Bigfoot, Nessie, Flatwoods Monster, all that jazz, aliens, ghosts, that kind of stuff. Is that at all your jazz? Do you believe in any of those things?
Yes, I will always watch alien things, always watch any of that stuff because
all right.
Yeah, so you and I get along for sure in that respect. Also, I put my bowl somewhere and I can't find it. Isn't that the most like I'm literally sitting still. I'm like, well, there's like two places it can be.
Where is the bowl? Did you find it?
No. What?
Oh my God.
Somebody. I need one of those people that's just in my house to be like, here's your bowl.
You need one of those? Oh my God. One of those tiles.
Yes. Yeah. So aliens, like what do you think about aliens? Are you into watching like all the theories and like really getting into it? Is it more just like kind of fun to entertain?
So I listened to a podcast called And That's Why We Drink, and it's half like paranormal, half true crime stuff.
Okay.
And I think that has probably gotten me into it a little bit more. I think I'm more of like a cryptids person.
What's that?
Like
maybe I don't know what that is.
So a cryptid is like Bigfoot or like Nessie or Mothman or like Thunderbird.
Okay.
I'm like trying to think of
legendary.
Yeah, like El Chupacabra, like stuff like that.
You know so many off the top of your head. Jeez, that was a lot.
So like, I feel like those things could totally be out there. We have no idea. What do I know? I've lived in one little chunk of the earth. How do I know that's not out there? So I feel
that's
like
my thought. Like
I have to suspend that disbelief, you know?
Same way with like, this is a really silly crossover. Same way with like God stuff is like, I have this really weird thought that I don't know. It's been a belief of mine for a long time, which is like, what if when people pray, there's like aliens out there that help
that are like receptors?
Yes, like receptors and like making shit happen. Like that's so out there and weird, but I love thinking about crossovers with like spirituality and aliens.
Yeah.
Like, because we don't know. I mean, it's not that outlandish. So I do like to entertain that. I will say I'm not like I'm not into conspiracies that are like stressful, if that makes sense.
Okay, absolutely.
Maybe, like
fun only.
Yeah, fun only. No Illuminati stuff too hard. No. Okay, cool. That's where we're drawing the line.
No. That's too deep.
Yeah.
We don't gotta get that deep. We gotta keep it surface level with our fun.
Yeah.
Like aliens. Like I said, is Bigfoot out there? We don't know. Maybe we'll see him one day. I don't need to get into like secret societies.
Yes, exactly. Nessie stuff. I like thinking about that. We should. Yeah. Oh man, I want to know like your favorite alien stories sometime. We should do an alien podcast.
Yeah, like alien ghosts and all that jazz. Like, that would be fun.
Heck yeah, I love that.
So well, that's good to know. I'm glad we're on the same page with this stuff because
yes. Just don't be too, no too stressful.
Weird.
No,
don't be weird. Yeah. don't take it to a place we don't need to go.
We want to be a good amount of weird.
Yeah, right. Okay, so this I feel like brings me to a good next question. So I feel like everybody is still a little bit a part of their like high school like personality, you know? Like I was the artsy type kid. You've got your theater kids, you've got your science kids, you've got your jocks. Like where do you think you fell in that kind of stuff?
I was definitely the artsy kid too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And our high school, it's like, I don't know, I think probably 1,500 kids there. So it's like, it's a decent sized school. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was definitely the art person. And I also, this is really embarrassing, but in high school, I was on a lot of medication, like a lot of like anxiety medication. And there's literally a couple years that I don't even remember, like at all.
Wow.
Like I look back, I'm like, I don't remember that. That's really intense. And not just in like a quick way. It's like, I literally have no idea what I did those few years.
Wow.
And at the end, I got voted as friendliest, like in the high school yearbook where they're like this, that. And so I'm like shaking someone's hand. I'm like, I don't know who he is. I don't know who this person is.
Yeah. That's kind of even better a little bit.
I just blame it on like, it must have been like all the Xanax or something I was on that year where I was just I've always been friendly, but I think that was funny that everyone voted me as friendliest and I don't really remember it.
I can definitely see that. You definitely have like a super bubbly, like you just nice, like you just look nice. Like if I was in trouble on the street or something, I would be like, help me, the kind lady to you. Like you would be the first person I went to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazies love talking to me. So it's great. But that's not bad. I enjoy a nice old crazy person coming up to me every now and then.
Yeah. I definitely have interacted with a fair share of interesting folks. Because I used to smoke cigarettes.
Oh,
so like if you have cigarettes, if you have cigarettes on the street in Chicago, it's like I found you. Yes. So and like cigarettes are not cheap, so it was not a sharing thing that I did. So I definitely held those close. But some folks I'd be like, okay, you're really down and out. Like I'll give you a smoke. Here you go. Just geez. I wish I could help, but I'm broke too. I'm in college.
Just take this and go away. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Take this. I hope your day gets better, but this is all I got. Yeah.
This is all I got is a smoke, but I guess you can have it.
One time I was in Chicago and this is with my ex-boyfriend, but we were there just like, at a trip for some reason. And we were at the train station and he was going to nap for a second, like nap for like an hour till our train came. And he was just like laying down, just kind of being lazy. A dude actually woke him up from his nap to ask him for cigarettes. And it was like I've never seen anyone get so mad. He's like, no, you just woke me up from a nap to ask for this cigarette. Absolutely not. Like,
was there even any evidence of cigarettes? Like how would you?
That's what I mean. I was like, he pegged you. He knew that I wasn't a smoker. I'm awake and I'm just sitting here and he went and tapped you on the shoulder.
That is so funny. Oh my God. I would have been so pissed. You would have been like, God, what? No, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Oh my God. That's too much. All right.
And a little bit of emo kid to answer that last question. A little bit of emo.
Oh yeah.
You and I think are very similar music taste wise. Like big into,
I love that.
you know, Fall Out Boy. At my first concert was Jimmy Eat World. I don't know if you know.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
I dig it. I dig it. I feel like kids these days, I don't want to be like kids these days,
but
they don't know the true, like we were in it, you know, like I'm still living it. I don't know. If you watch my stories, like Haley said, I was listening to like Blink-182 and Good Charlotte all day. So like,
yes,
this is a lifestyle, folks. Like you're in it.
It's not a phase. It's
Nope.
And actually my husband and I always bond over that because he says that he was this kid. I've never seen a picture, but he was that kid in like 6th grade that had an eyeliner, right? And black nails and is like
amazing.
Like that kind of
I love that so much.
So I wish we knew each other at that time, but we didn't. But you know, emo at heart.
Okay. I love that. I love that so much. Okay. Let's see.
I feel less nervous. I'm getting warmed up. I'm feeling good. These aren't job interview questions. I got this.
Here is a little cannabis related one for y'all. What is your go-to? Because I know last week we talked about edibles we don't like. I want to know what edibles you do like, and what is your go-to dose?
Okay, yeah. Actually, I probably got one here. Yeah, I do. This guy, Incredibles. That's like my favorite brand.
Oh, I've had that before.
Have you had it? Yeah, the monkey. I think it's called
the monkey bar one. Yeah, it's like peanut buttery.
It's like peanut butter. There's bananas, walnuts. It's so good. But like I pretty much go for any edibles, but I like these because they're dosed out and like clearly marked, and also like the childproof packaging is easy to navigate if I'm like hiking. Do you know what I mean? Like I can literally bust this out. I don't need scissors or some, so that's my go-to.
Yeah. I like that. Is it any flavor of the chocolate bars that you're into, or is it specifically the peanut buttery one?
This one and the Windy City chocolate bar, the one that's Chicago themed. Have you had that?
What's in that one? No.
It's toffee. It's the same company. It's just toffee, like a Heath bar situation. Yeah. But my go-to dose, let's see, 10 milligrams, which is a baby amount. I know if I'm going to be like out and about or needing to like, I don't know, like if I need to talk somewhat like sophisticatedly, like a baby shower, right? Like I don't want to just be like, I don't know. So like one chocolate is all I need. But if I'm going to be like at a concert or like hiking Rocky Mountain National Park kind of thing, about 20 milligrams. I like never go past that really because it's just like too much for me.
Okay. I mean, yeah, dude, edibles is so specific to people that like I always am curious to hear what people what their go-to is, because a lot of people, when I say like what my dose is, they are like, oh my God, how could you? And then it goes the same when I hear what other people's doses are. Like, how could you eat that? Like, it's crazy. I would be couch locked forever,
right.
Yeah, and there's some things that just don't work at all, for some folks.
Totally. Yeah, there's like definitely those people out there. There's a guy that worked at the dispensary that edibles did not work on him. And I was like, what do you mean they don't work on you?
Would cry.
He would eat an entire tube of that RSO, like the Rick Simpson oil, which is like 1,000 milligrams THC. Sometimes absolutely nothing would happen. And
that sucks.
It does suck for him. He was like, wish this would do something. And it's also because he had like some sort of stomach issue. Like, I don't remember the deal, but basically I think some people don't absorb it, right? So
absorb it. Yeah.
It's weird. I'm just curious, what's like your average like day for an edible dose? Like, what do you like to have? Like,
so I feel like sometimes lately I've been trying to be like, edibles is a treat. So I don't like go over that, but if I could, I would eat edibles every day because I love them so much. They just like put me in such a good spot because I have like a higher dose. Like for me, like, if I want to be chilling, if I want to be grilling and hanging out and not like, asleep, I like to be into the 80 to 100 range.
Okay. You're like my husband. That's like how he is too. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, it's so weird because like you would think we would be at different places like when we have that, but we're like vibing at the same pace. If that makes sense.
Pace.
Yes. Is that how you feel? Yeah.
Yeah. And then like if I'm like, let's get weird, let's sit and not move, and then just like for potentially 15 hours. I want to ignore life and just melt away. I'll do like a full 200 and I'm just like, send it. I'm like, put me in this edibles coma that we all want. Like, I want to be there. And so that's definitely
fun ride. Like, I like Nina, you're cool. That's very cool. I like that you're like chilling like that.
I love like it's just such a different feeling, I feel like, than, you know, smoking. And totally. And I love it. I'm into it all the time.
It makes my body happy. Like where like, you know, I'm just at the wiggles where I'm like, I feel good. Yeah, I definitely like it. And I also feel what's the word to describe it? Like more grateful, which is so cheesy, but you know what I mean?
No,
like,
dude, yeah.
Okay. I was like, when I smoke, I'm like grateful, but
you're like, I'm about whatever. It's like I would always say it was deja vu. I don't know why I would say like I have like if I get to a certain spot when I eat a lot of edibles, I'm like, it just feels comfortably weird. Like, and I've been here before, but I haven't clearly. So I don't know what's going on, but I like it.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes. It's almost like a trip in that way where you're like, oh, I'm going to make sure I remember to do this from now on and be nicer to my friends and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. That's how I always get. Maybe that's just a me thing, but like edibles for sure are that kind of vibe for me.
I love that. And if you see me yawning, I'm not yawning because Haley's boring. I'm yawning because I'm a tired bitch. I like can't stop yawning. I'm like, oh, I'm just thinking about all the stuff I got to do after this, and I'm like, yikes! Yeah, and my face. Hustling. Yeah, I'm like super excited to be talking to you, and then my face doesn't want to catch up to my excitedness. It's like,
hey, it's okay. You're just getting some fresh air in there, fresh blood.
Yeah. I'm like, get in the brain, juice it up.
We got stuff. Nina, by the way, is it because you're packing for your Michigan trip?
Yeah. I'm heading to Michigan tomorrow, so I'm like,
oh, it's tomorrow.
Yeah,
no wonder you got them pre-trip jitters, probably like all the things you gotta do. Don't forget, you know.
And I'm also trying to skip out on work a little early, so tomorrow. I
won't tell anyone.
So I'm like, what can I do today that's technically not due till tomorrow to get ahead of myself? That's smart. I can do it, like I know I can, and I could work in the car if I need to. But I'm like, why do I do this to myself?
Cannabis user you are, Nina. You're like planning this all out. Good job.
Yeah. After this, I'm like, we're packing a bowl like to the tippity top, and we're getting down to business and just rocking it out all the work.
Yes. Love that.
All right. Speaking of work. One of my questions is because if you guys didn't know, Haley has worked in the cannabis industry a couple different places, right? Yeah. So I'm just curious, like, what is if you could change only one thing about, having worked in the cannabis industry, or like what you experience at your job, or just like anything you want a little tidbit, anything you want to say about, working in the cannabis industry.
That's so hard to just like pick one. Like we talked a little last week about how we feel like almost no Illinois company is without its pros and cons, its faults, its areas of improvement that could happen. Okay. As an employee though, is that the question? Like what would I, change?
Yeah. As an employee.
Okay, I got it. Okay. It would be a $15 minimum wage. Sounds silly, but it's not a thing yet. Like at least that as a cap for starting the job, plus benefits like health insurance and a way to bank. Like literally there are some places, because banking is so hard, you don't get paid normally. You get paid on like a weird debit card and stuff like that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I hate that so much.
I know. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like when I worked at the dispensary, I got paid through this random company that's actually based out of Canada, so that they were on my W-2 and like all this stuff, but it's actually not a company I worked for. It was just like this big other company that, because that's where all the money had to be housed. And then once a week, there would be a guy that comes by, this is true shit, in a van, pick up all the cash and bring it to God knows where. But it would be like $100,000 in cash that this dude would pick up in a box.
Bye.
And
we don't just get jacked on the road.
Yeah, no kidding. What? He was just a random dude, and he would come by once a week. I'd be like, dude, be absolutely careful. Like, I know your car, therefore other people have to know. And
so it wasn't even like those armored guard type service thing. Oh my God, what?
It was a
we
guy.
had those come in when I worked at Starbucks. They would come pick up the measly Starbucks cash.
It was this dude in jogger pants. I don't know.
He was like eating, like just got out of his car. He burped when he opened the car door. He's like, I'm here for the cash.
You're really not that far.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Just like, it's like, okay, let's just unsketch this up quick. You know what I mean? Like, we should have banking. We should have lunch breaks. That's another thing. We didn't get lunch breaks really regularly, like at all. There was no HR department. So when I had a few complaints about patients, like there was a couple patients that were creepy to me, you know, just like you'll have that.
I bet, dude.
So I was like, you know, I was really, really professional about it. I was like, you know, I don't really want to work with these 3 guys that come in. They're always really weird to me. They always make comments. They always ask for discounts and then kind of, you know, just yucky vibe. And I'd be like, my buddy over here, he said he'd be glad to take them. And my boss at the time, she's like, well, tough shit. That's the job. And I was like, I'm being really reasonable here. I'm sorry. But so stuff like that is like, this is a real industry. We should treat it just like Starbucks, just like any other job. This shouldn't be a place where a guy picks up cash in a box, and it shouldn't be like, you know, a place where you don't get lunch breaks or any of that. Like it's, I don't know. Yeah. It needs to speed up and be a normal thing. That's my one thing I'd change, I think.
Yeah. I think I'm hoping that a lot of that unionization type stuff is starting to happen. I think one dispensary in Chicago has been able to unionize, which is pretty neat.
I agree.
I mean, dude, if people, you know, workers' rights all the way, like you should be able to have a fucking lunch break, especially if you're standing on your feet, you know.
And if you need to smoke, like that was the thing, is I was a patient there. You know, that's why I got the job, is because I was one of the first people that came in there, and I was like, I want to work here, and I just asked for one of the first ones to ask. So it's like, all right, I need at least 20 minutes to like step away and take an edible or vape a little bit. Like I have my card for a reason, you know. So yeah. Step it up.
But aren't they super because I know someone on Instagram who had gotten fired from their job because they thought they were smoking on the job, but she was smoking like an herbal cigarette or something, and they were like, you're smoking weed, you're fired. And she's like, what? Like I wasn't. But two, like, why is that such a problem? Like, I would understand if somebody was incapacitated, you know.
That's a different conversation. Be like, hey, you need to be able to do your job. Yeah. Actually, that's a good point, because I've heard of similar things, like where someone got in trouble for being at a cannabis job and got in trouble. And like when I worked at the cultivation center, I had to get drug tested to work there. Even though like it's just like, okay, normal. We're growing cannabis here and you want THC testing. Like I get testing for like meth or something, but like, why are you? And they actually, this is true. When I worked there, they actually fired 5 people. I believe it was this one day. They did a big drug testing random sweep where they random drug tested all these people, and then they got let go and were escorted out by police. And it was like, what? This is a place that we come to work. Yeah, police. I mean, they were police that like we knew, but
so much.
I know. So I'll get off my bit, but it like makes me straight up pissed when I think about it. And this was our packaging manager that ordered everything. She ordered all the little jars, all the, like, she did so much for us. And then other people that were like heads of their department. So all of a sudden, all these heads of their department were just not there. And we were like, what do we do? We don't have any packaging. We didn't have any packaging left that week. Okay.
That's insane. Like, because they smoked.
Yeah.
They're consuming the product that you're making.
Yeah, I got away because I had my card, my medical cannabis card. So this was actually right before it tipped over to being legal, like the month before when legalization happened. Yeah. So they were like, we're gonna ding anybody.
Not that long ago.
Not that long ago. They're like, we're gonna ding anyone that, you know, doesn't have their cannabis card. You're getting fired.
Wow. That's too much. I hate that so much. That's gross.
But also, though, it's like you're on to better things. You know what? See ya next.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I definitely like can say that I probably wouldn't agree with a place that, you know, drug tested me. But I, you know what I mean? I'm fortunate enough to like find a job or something that wouldn't require that. But
I feel lucky for that. And so it's such a struggle for some people. They're like, can I smoke once a year? Maybe once a year I'll smoke. And it's like, oh, that's so sad that you have to like plan that out, you know?
cry.
I'm gonna cry for you.
Oh man, things
this
need to change.
For you guys, like the drug tested folks, if any of you are out there.
I'm so sad for you. Okay, let's brighten it up. Let's brighten it up. Let's get out of this. All right, let's go on vacation. Where is your dream? Like, money isn't an object.
Oh,
you can go anywhere. You can stay as long as you want. You can do whatever you want, even if you want to hit a different spots. Like a European, traverse around Europe. If you want to go wherever, just let me know.
Nina, you're good at building the imagery of like, money's no option, like you can do whatever you want. Okay, so immediately when you said that, I was thinking Europe stuff, like Amsterdam, so that you can travel around all those little countries and like nearby. Mm-hmm. Like if you go to Amsterdam, you can like go to all kinds of places within like 2 hours, So that's what I would do, mostly because you can get you can go into a cafe and like pet cats and stuff and then buy joints, and that sounds just phenomenal. So
that's right up your alley.
Yeah, cats.
I love that.
Yeah, or there's also in Morocco, like I think in Spain. Wait, where is Morocco? Africa, right?
I'm pretty sure. Wow, we probably sound insane really right
stoned.
Now.
Like, please.
I'm like, where is Morocco? I think it's like at the tippity top of Africa.
Yeah.
Please do not. We need a fact checker. Please, if this is not in Africa, I'm so
Please apply for the job of a fact checker. Actually, I would want the most kind person to be that fact checker. Be like, hey, that was actually not right. Like, you guys,
please stop talking and misinforming everyone. Thank you.
But Morocco's cool because it's like warm, and they have all their like buildings are the kind that have like no windows. You know what I mean? It's just like a cutout hole, and like cats jump in and out, and it's just like everyone's like warm and outside, and you hang up laundry outside. Like, and one time I watched this video of a lady in Morocco, and she was like making hash, like hand rolling it and doing all these like sifting processes and like slicing it, and she sold it. And I was like, I want to make artisanal hash like that bitch. Like, I was so jealous. And in the background, she just kind of lives like upstairs in this like cool Moroccan like clay house. And in the background were like all her pets and cool plants and stuff. I was like, it was a bright blue house, if you can imagine that, like bright blue clay. And I just love colors like that.
Yeah, I love that. That sounds like very beachy and like just
sandy,
warm.
Sand warm. Yeah.
You can tell we live somewhere that's ridden with snow, because we're like, you can hang your laundry outside. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? You don't even have to have a window to shut out the horrible like weather outside.
I love that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like a lot of us are probably dreaming of vacation at this point, but I'll go anywhere. What's your
vacation piece? What, like right now, where would you go?
So that's a good question. I definitely have like a European dream vacation in my mind. Maybe, when I get married or something. I've always wanted to go to like Italy for my honeymoon type thing.
Italian.
Like visit all the islands, like the beach towns and like the coast. Like, ooh, that just sounds so nice. And like, all the seafood and like, because I love to eat. So like, I want to eat. So like seafood, like everything. Oh, it just sounds so good. I'm like, please take me there. But also I'm like, I need a beach. Like I need like a tropical vacation, Yeah. Today definitely. I was like, flights to Hawaii.
Yeah. They're probably either they're very expensive or they're very cheap. One of the two. I don't know right now.
I think someone I was working with today, she was calling in from her vacation in Hawaii, and which I was like, please stop working, like create boundaries for yourself, one. And two, she was saying that they have like a really strict quarantine type process right now. So hopefully like that vaccination passport thing will become real, and then you can like travel a little bit more freely.
That's kind of
so I'm looking forward to that.
Exciting. I almost, when people are on Zoom calls like that, I almost want to be like, it's like illegal for you to say where you're at. You should just leave out the fact that you're in Hawaii on a vacation and just leave the meeting and never tell us that, because we're all going to be thinking about it the whole time. Like, I wish I was there.
Yeah. She kept cracking jokes like, I wish I was at the beach. Like, get off the call then. Go.
We're in the Midwest. We don't have anything to do. It's raining and cold here. So.
I was like, oh my God. Okay, you can stop, lady. Like, come on.
Oh,
All right.
dang, that's good. You have great questions. I like them.
Okay, here's a good one. If you could have any animal in the world as a pet, what would it be? Like you could like actually care for this pet, not like Tiger King style. You could like truly care for this animal in the way it's supposed to live, but it is also your pet.
I appreciate that one qualifier that you threw in there. Thank you for that. Because that, you know what though, I could easily be that kind of person that's like gets a little money and then just is so weird with that amount of money. Like,
just hundreds of tigers. Just hundreds of tigers. What else could you buy? Hundreds of tigers.
One day, I'll next thing I know, I got 100 tigers I have to take care of.
I didn't know what happened. I turned around and they were there.
I mean, I've seen all those memes about people using their stimulus check for tigers, and I would assume that that's somewhat true. I don't know, but maybe it is. Let's see.
I could only imagine what the American population is doing with that.
If I had like a statistical breakdown of what people are doing with their stimulus check, it would be so interesting. I just want to know, like, okay, so my pet, I want it to be like a really high maintenance pet, something that's like, I don't know what that would be. I guess some sort of reptile. Like I would love the idea of a reptile, but I don't want to take care of it. So I would want like an assistant that took care of my reptile and like brought it to me, like bougie style. Like I just hang out with it kind of thing.
Like Brittany Anaconda, like
I was thinking
living
like
the dream.
Less sexy than that. I was thinking like those creepy like Gila monsters, like the kind with the tongue,
like the monitor lizards. Yes. Like the huge monitor. I mean, I could get that. Those things are crazy looking.
Yes, but I want something that's just like otherworldly, where I'm like, oh my gosh, how do we inhabit the planet at the same time? That's what I would pick. Like a dinosaur, basically.
That's definitely one of those things that, yeah, you're like, this is a dinosaur that lives in today's world. Like, how did you survive? How did you make it? Tell us the tricks.
I think if I was stoned, that would just be like really cool to look. Well, all the time it would be cool to look at, but I would just be like, wow, you are nuts. And it'd probably scare me. And that sounds fun too. Just be like a little scared of it. Like
little freaked out by your own
unsure.
Like that tongue, its little freaky tongue, that would be entertaining and all, watching it eat bugs and stuff.
Yeah. I like that you're entertaining my idea instead of just being like, I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. I would 100% have a monitor lizard as a pet.
Okay. I'm working on the name. Page. Don't know the name yet, but it would be something good.
It would have to be something like opposite of like Snuggles or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like a sweetie pie.
I was thinking like a nice woman's name, like Patricia.
Oh, Patricia. This is Susan, my lizard.
Yes. That's how I name pets. Stuff like that. Where I'm
this is Linda.
Oh, I love that. That's like
Linda
my husband.
the lizard.
Linda the lizard is really good. I love that.
I love it.
Yeah,
that's good.
Okay, I'm so excited about this. I'm gonna book a flight to Hawaii, get this lizard, and got a lot to do after this.
After this call. Oh my God, I love it. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna list a questions. Is there one food that you could eat every single day and never get sick of it?
Yes. This is loaded baked potatoes. All the things. Every day.
Yeah.
Every day, all the meals.
What's like
actually?
What is like give me like a couple breakdowns of like what would you put on it,
the usual, which would be like cheese, butter, chives, bacon, maybe salsa on some like weird other condiments I'm gonna like throw onto the mix. But basically or like little bits of like ham cut up, stuff like that. I'm really into
some ham. Okay.
Basically the potato is a vehicle for everything I'm putting on top of it. You know what I mean?
100%. There was actually I know last week we talked about the Chasement, the cafeteria I used to go to when I worked downtown. They had a baked potato bar, and this baked potato was like $4. This is like the cheapest like lunch you could get in the city ever. Probably. It was literally $4 for you could put any toppings on it that they had, and they had like chili, like they had cheese. Yeah, they had like cheese sauce and sprinkled cheese. So like you could get real cuckoo with it. and you could put like beef, you could put chicken, you could put they had so much stuff. I'm like, if you got everything on there, that would be 2 meals. Like straight up 2 meals.
That's always my pick. And like when I worked at a bar here in town, on my last day, they surprised me by prepping baked potatoes the night before. It's like not something they serve. They're like, Haley, we got baked potatoes and all the things that you want to put on it as my last day. Like yeah. And I was like,
I love it.
I almost cried. I was like, you guys,
I would have cried. Are you kidding?
Because I had like mentioned it real quick, like months before, you know, where they're like, what? Somebody just asked me that.
One off.
Yeah. And somebody like remembered that. And so that's why I like almost cried. I was like, you guys remember, you know me. Yeah.
So, okay, here's a question. How do you feel about potato skins? Because I'm a big fan of a potato skin.
So for it.
But they just have to be done right, you know?
Yes.
They have to be done right.
Like seasoned up, you know, crispy, not too much. Yeah. Okay.
Crispy. Definitely have to have that crispy factor to it.
Dude, yes. No, I'm all for it. I don't think I've ever met a baked potato I did not like. So
I've definitely noticed that because, you know, I feel like every bar you could go to in Michigan or even like in the suburbs or something has potato skins. But I think I've been to like one place in Chicago and it was that fancy ass bowling alley I used to go to had potato skins. And like, why is there only one place in this whole damn city that sells potato skins? It makes no sense. That's like the ultimate like little, like I'm not super hungry, but I'm like cruising for, you know.
Potato skins themselves, like kind of prepped up like that. Those are phenomenal. Or twice baked. Heck, I'm just going to go ahead and say potatoes as a category.
I love it. You really can't go wrong at all.
Nah. Like I have a friend, Ramsey and Clay, they're like vegetarian friends of mine. And they, when we used to hang out in high school, like I would just hang out with them and we'd go to Wendy's and they would get fries, baked potato, and like another side order of fries and just like eat that for dinner.
Amazing.
Like it was chili fries, you know, a cheese baked potato and then something else.
Yeah. I was a vegetarian for about 8 years and I cruised on the Taco Bell cheesy fiesta potatoes. Like I would eat like 4 or 5 of those and that would be my whole meal from Taco Bell. I'd be like, just get like 5 cheesy fiesta potatoes. Yes. And I was so sad when they were gone and now they're back and I had them and I was like, woo!
Yes. Like, that's so good. I used to get those and like actually a lot of stuff from Taco Bell and Wendy's, those 2 places. Like, yeah. It's vegetarian vibes right there. Like, I'll find something.
Potatoes. Potatoes on anything, man. Just this is a potatoes, period.
Yep. My husband's even joked that I should just get like a weird lumpy potato tattoo. Just like people are like, what's that? It's like
I'll totally get like a cool, like a baked potato. Like I've totally seen like a baked potato tattoo, I feel like in my life. I've definitely seen it.
If I saw that person, I'm gonna be like, please hang out with me. Who are you? Like, why do you have that?
I love it so much. I feel like I have a lot of food tattoos, so you definitely need to get.
You do? I didn't know that.
I've got a pizza.
Yes, you do, Nina. That's freaking cool.
You know it. All right, should I ask one more question?
Yeah. Pick your good one.
I think we went through like all of them almost. Okay, here's the last one.
Good ones. Okay.
How do you take your coffee? Because I feel like that says a lot about a person, you know?
It does.
What's your go-to, you know, coffee?
It is an iced chai with 2 shots of espresso and oat milk. And yeah, that's probably my drink right now. But actually, it's funny you said that. We got our stimulus check today in the mail, and it's really cool on like cool paper where it's like it feels really official and like I don't know. But the first thing that my husband and I were like, we should buy all the things that Starbucks has, like oat milk, every type of chai, every sort of honey, like syrup, like make so much stuff at our house that we just make drinks. So that's what we're gonna spend part of it on for sure. Like,
you can buy the syrup from Starbucks. You know that, right?
That's right. I just am not a big syrup person. I don't throw a whole lot in, just like a little, little bit.
Yeah. I don't know if I doubt they'll sell, I don't think they'll sell you the chai. You might be able to get it online, but the like bottles of syrup, you can buy a whole bottle of syrup at Starbucks. I think it's like $15 or $16 for the bottle.
That's a bargain, make your own I think. Because it's Starbucks at your house.
For sure.
I'm surprised they even do that when I think about it, because it's like we could just cut them out entirely of our,
Oh my God, you totally could, but nobody ever will because it's so easy. Because even when I have coffee at home, sometimes I'm like,
Oh.
Like I want to spend $6 today
Please.
on a beverage.
Yes.
You know?
I also am paying for like the quick social interaction of like, well, I'm gonna go talk to my friend that works there and kind of knows me, you know, like that's part of why I like going. But
I love it.
I wish, man, if you were a barista in my town, I bet you would be like my cool vibe barista where I'm like, oh yeah, this girl's working, she's cool.
Yeah, I feel like there's a weird power shift you get as a barista, I have to say, that like you can make anyone's day or you could break anyone's day. Like,
yes,
if you piss me off, it's over. I'm not putting that sweet and low in your skinny vanilla latte, you freak. Like, or if I see you crying in line, I can be like, it's on me, baby. You know,
exactly. You got so much. You're like
power.
You're like a god of sorts, and that's, you know what, I have a confession to make. I hope you don't think I'm a bad person for this.
No, I love it.
Okay, one time, like all my friends are baristas, and my husband was like, that's how we met. Like every single one of our friends was. And one time we had like a Christmas party, and we were like talking about different customers. We're like, oh, we hate when this one lady comes in or this or that. You know, we all know the same people. And this one time, we were like, do you ever put whole milk in so-and-so's latte because she's a bitch? Because she asked for skim milk, and it makes a weird point to like always ask for it, and was like, I can't remember why, but she was really mean and rude all the time to us. And so I was like, actually, yes. I was like, I always put whole milk in there just to piss her off because she makes me mad. And that's my slight way to get back to her. And we went around, and every single person in the room was like, I do that too. I just have never told anybody.
That's so funny. Oh my God.
Revenge. Like,
I definitely would. My little revenge would be to let people's like, because you know you have to like put the shots in on ice or in milk, or else they start to taste terrible.
Yes,
I would like wait like right to the point where it'd be like, this is gonna taste bad. Here you go, sucker. Bye. You know,
anyone watching our YouTube, Nina just got this like evil glint in her eye that was like, watch out. It was so funny. You just wait. What do they call it? They wait for the espresso to die. Is that the term? Where, like the shot dies. Yeah, it's like, it means it's like
so dramatic,
old or some shit like
coffee. So, but it really does taste like shit. Like it really tastes terrible.
I like oxidizes or something, so it does taste bad.
It's horrible. Terrible. I've had so much fun. I've had so much fun, like asking you all the cues, learning a little bit about Haley. It's been really fun.
It's been fun. Should we toast? One last toast here.
Yes, one last little hit. I've had such a lovely time. I'm glad to hear we both have struggled with the powers of being a barista. And that
100%.
We don't know where Morocco is. I'm sorry, Morocco.
And aliens, we're here for it. We're here for it. That's the takeaway.
Yes. Tell us about the cryptids, the aliens, the ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
Slide into our DMs with all the stories.
If there's one that you're like, oh, you guys need to know about this type of, what is it, cryptid? Is this the right word? Am I saying it right? If there's one we're not talking about, like Yeti, you know, Nessie, other things, let us know. Because I want to dive into a new weird YouTube hole about it. So
yes, that's all you're going to be watching now is like,
where is Bigfoot? And where is Morocco in Bigfoot?
Where is Morocco? Cheers to Morocco, wherever you may be, and to Haley.
Thank you.
Oh no, I got the little hole in the bowl.
Oh, hole in the bowl.
What a sad little cheers. Let me try again.
That sounded better.
There we go.
There it is. Well, next week, Nina's going on a trip to Michigan and scouting around some cool places to maybe live, so we're gonna take a break. We will resume though the week after, and gosh, 420 is coming like right up. Like, I mean, it's March, you know, into March right now, so
oh my God, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, dude, like just a few more weeks and it'll be 420. So
stressed. I'm like, stressed. What is gonna? I feel like I always gotta, you know, do something special. But then the day comes around and I'm like, eat all the edibles and just ignore life, you know?
Yes, especially last year. That's how it was. So
yeah.
Send us your 420 plans.
Yes,
people.
please.
We want to know. We want to know what you're up to.
Yes. Have a great week. And we'll catch you in 2 weeks.
Woo. See ya.
Bye.
Thank you so much for checking out the Midwest Sesh podcast. You can come back and smoke weed with us every Friday night. go ahead and head over to YouTube if you want to subscribe to our Midwest Sesh channel there, or you can DM us on Instagram at Midwest Sesh Pod. We'd super appreciate it if you gave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you listen to podcasts. All right, thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.